Donkey Kong. He only wants to lord over his giant mound of bananas in peace, but they just won't let him. They just won't let him. He's one of gaming's oldest and most beloved characters, but arguably his greatest moments can be found in the Donkey Kong Country series on the S.N.E.S. It was a trilogy of classic 90s platformers, but also one that was mysteriously forgotten about after gaming entered the third dimension. In 2010, Nintendo's best second-party developer, Retro Studios, moved on after a classic trilogy of their own, the Metroid Prime series, to reinvent the lovable ape and resurrect his most enduring franchise. So they declared, Donkey Kong Country returns. Now, 3 years later, he's returning again, only this time in a port to the 3DS. Are we disappointed not to see a new Donkey Kong 3DS game? Yes. But is Donkey Kong Country Returns worth going back to? Also yes. So we'll get over it. The game is confident and stylish, a platforming experience based on age-old ideas that are still fascinating and, most of all, fun. On first impressions, you might think you've seen it all before, but to be fair, it was Donkey Kong and certainly Nintendo who invented almost all of it. And yet, DK is no Mario. No, this old ape is not as randomly agile as the overweight plumber he once fought against, and nor are his levels so bafflingly abstract. His moves are lumbering, his attacks slow, and his world, it's colourful, yes, but grounded in something like reality. All right, you might have to play it to get that. Playing as DK is a different experience to Mario, but one that, despite these differences, definitely rivals the moustached master. Donkey Kong Country Returns is all about acceleration, speed, and momentum. New players will start off hesitant, slunking from pillar to vine, but like the rhythm of a drumbeat, these heavy thuds pick up pace until they become something thrilling, exotic, and alive. Every stage and every world is designed around a clear set of ideas, each one explored and exploited to its fullest potential. The imagination and integrity on display here puts other platformers to shame, including the latest 2D Mario games. And yet, the variety never overwhelms, and it never lets up. Just when you start to become restless and bored, Retro will throw you in a minecart or against a fearsome boss to keep things fresh. So it's the great game it's always been. But just because we loved Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii doesn't mean we thought it was flawless. As usual, the Wiimote wiggle controls were often clumsy and frustrating, and they only added to the game's hair-pulling old-school level of difficulty. Thankfully, both of these issues have been seen to in the 3DS edition, with a more welcoming, easier difficulty option and, of course, no superfluous wiggle controls. We can't emphasize enough how much of an improvement this makes to the game, so even if you played Returns back in 2010 and didn't like it, we urge you to give it another go. The only significant loss in this port is the game's vivid full-screen bombast, but don't worry, the depth of 3D more than makes up for it, and if you're playing it on the mammoth screen of the XL, you'll barely notice. Even with reduced textures and a lesser frame rate, Returns still stands out as one of the best-looking 3DS titles to date. So, in short, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D is a must. For fans of the game on the Wii, or for anyone who missed it, it's the same experience on a more suitable console, with shiny 3D visuals and better controls. It's an instant contender for the title of Best Platformer on the 3DS and Best 3DS Game full stop. There's only one thing more we could ask for, really, that DK never, ever goes away again.